What's poppin'? It's DJ Miss Jetson, and you're here with the Red Kulek Podcast. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Hope you're enjoying your day. Sending you positive vibes from over here, man. You guys, hope you just enjoy the day, the weekend, whenever you decide to sit down and listen to this, because I know you're gonna listen to this because you love me, because I love y'all. Anyway, let's get straight to it. I'm just going to talk about it again. I talked about it last week, the whole Jayz, Colin Kaepernick, NFL deal, the Jayz signed, because it's still been going on. It's still like big news. People are still talking about it. It's just like, it's a big deal in the community and the culture. One of the first things I'm going to say again, I said it the last time, is look, it's okay to support both. It's okay to support Jayz. It's okay to support Colin Kaepernick. You don't have to pick sides. You don't have to let people pit us against each other. Look, Kaepernick did something. He protested, and he kneeled, and he took his shots for that. And he signed his deal, not his deal, but he got his settlement, and he's moving on doing whatever else he's doing. Obviously there's a gag order on him or something, they're saying, so he really can't speak. This is what I'm thinking. I think this is what I heard briefly somewhere. I really don't know. That's what they're saying. He can't speak. So you signed this thing where you got your settlement, and now you can't even talk about it. So that's cool. He's done what he could do up to this part. Now, and we can still support that. And we can still support the fact that he's protesting for the injustice of black people. And he's going to continue to do that. And we can continue to support him whether he plays football or not. Now you have Jayz, who is on the inside. That's what a lot of people are mad about. Well, how can you go work with them? And again, I said it last week. I'm not going to repeat myself. A lot of people are saying it. And someone made a good point online when I was reading. They said, how are we mad at Jayz for working with the NFL and not the black players who play in the NFL? And this is true. This is something I've even thought about before, but it was interesting to see people talking about it online. That's also a true statement. So, look, you have to let that man work. Time will tell what goes on. We can also support him. Don't be so quick to just call that man a coon. I've seen people online, they're so mad about this. I don't even think people even know what they're mad about. Some people just ride the train. They just want to be mad. Some people might have just hate Jayz and just was like, finally, I could be mad at Jayz. Because you haven't even given the man a chance. Someone said the other day, what has Jayz done? What businesses have Jay? As soon as I seen that, I was like, you know what? Forget about it. Forget about it. If you have to even ask that question, then you don't even pay enough attention to Jayz, which would make me understand why you don't understand the moves he's making now. So when you see stuff like that, you kind of got to leave it alone. If you don't know and you have to ask that question, then of course you're not going to get it. And you're going to run with the bandwagon, and you're going to run on this Jayz hate train, whatever. The man's going to prove his point is my thing. And my whole thing is you can support both. Let's sit back and watch Jayz from the inside. We just have to do that. Period. That's how I feel about it. Then a lot of people started to get upset because they said, well, Jayz told JD not to take the same deal, blah, 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 blah. So, and then people started saying, oh, Jayz's a foul dude. Oh, that's a Brooklyn nigga for real, man. He made JD not take the deal, just turn around and take the deal, whatever. So, here's what JD had to say about that.
So, long story short, Hove called me when he saw this clip, right? And he called me and we talked about the clip. The reason I came up here today is to just make sure that I let everybody know he never told me don't do what I was doing.
Okay.
Right? And I think that that's the part that I see Flex said, confirmation, everybody, when I tell people that he and I spoke,
right,
they run with that. That's not a secret. Everybody knows Jay-Z's my man, right? Me and Jay-Z is like this.
Right.
So, we speak, and it's not, I didn't think that my friends and myself, me speaking to my friends is like a secret, right? So You asked me when I walked in here, did I speak to Flex? Yes, I spoke to Flex, right. And I told Flex I spoke to Hove. Right. Me and Hove spoke. From there, I don't have no control.
So you know how the internet does. The internet's gonna run with it. Soon as Flex got on the internet, or it really didn't start from Flex. It started from B. Cox and his podcast that he does, and he kind of briefly touched on saying, out of his mouth, that is basically where this whole thing came from. Jay-Z told JD not to take this deal. So that's where it came from. Flex must have did whatever he did. JD came out. He clarified what he had to clarify. And people are still going to run. So this is what I'm trying to say, man. You can't just be mad at Jay right now. Let's sit back and watch what he does. We can support both. Sometimes I hear dudes talking about Jay. I be like, man, y'all just really sound like a bunch of haters. And it takes me. It's still mind-boggling to me when I tell that message I seen on the internet when somebody said, "What has Jay-Z done?" Those are the same. Think about it like that. Those are the same people who are probably mad, sitting around talking about what Jay-Z ever done. Okay, and that's who we. Okay, that's who we fought. All right. Okay, whatever. That's how I feel about it. And even then you have Dame. Dame has always, ever since the whole Rockefeller breakup and the whole Beanie Siegel and the whole clothing line, and then Jay just going on and doing what he did in life, period. Dame he's hated on him. Dame has some things to say too, and I'll play what Dame said.
Everybody knows Jay and shit. Like, that's, everyone knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but does that surprise you at all? Because that seems particularly shady.
Listen, if you ask anyone in the industry, it's a common knowledge that Jay ain't shit. You know what I'm saying?
Define ain't shit for our audience.
He's about the bag. You know, we all know that. It's about, he's self-preserving, period. Like, it's just that the people he does it to don't have, like, Beyonce next to him. They don't have that kind of a power. But, this dude here, everyone's looking. So I just think he kind of like he used to do that shit. He's like, it's not even like a secret. He do that shit to me with girls. Like, he'll be like, I'll be talking to a chick and I'll be like, yo, she asked me to do this, that, and the third. And he'd be like, I wouldn't do it. And then the next day he's wifed her. And I'd be like, oh, that's some funny shit.
Right.
You know what you're dealing with when you deal with Jay. Jermaine Dupri, I feel like, again, for me to talk, it's hard because I can't completely be objective, but it's the news of today. But I just think if you look under the hood, all the answers will reveal themselves. I mean, everybody knows Jay and shit. Like, that's everyone.
So that's Dame, and that's Dame on Adam's podcast, No Jumper 22, and that's just Dame. Dame really is just really bitter at Jay-Z, so he's gonna always say that every time there's an interview and Jay-Z's name is brought up, he trips out. Or he either spazzes out, or if it's something negative towards Jay-Z or something, he loves to engage. And this is no hate towards Dame, because to me, Dame is a legend as well. He just, I guess rubbed a couple people wrong in the industry, whatever. He speaks his mind. He does what he wants to do, and he does it unapologetically, I feel. So there's no hate towards Dame at all. So let's not take that there. I respect that man 100% and what he's done to help Jay-Z's career to be able to flourish to where he's taking it today. So respect to that man, always, as I'm saying this. But that doesn't take away the fact that he do be hating on Hov. He be hating on him. He couldn't wait to talk about that, So when you listening to Dame, you got to kind of not take it too, because it's kind of like talking to a bitter baby mother. She gonna tell you all the wrong stuff about that her baby father. She just gonna say anything and everything negative. As soon as something happens that may look like he's under pressure, she's gonna run with it. That's kind of like what they do with Jay. You know what I'm saying? Not calling him a bitter baby mother. I'm just comparing the two. Don't go taking that shit and running with it. But man, I said all that to say this again. We can support Jay. We can support Colin. It doesn't have to be divided, man. Stop being crabs in a barrel. Let's sit back and watch him work. And if you don't understand or you don't pay attention to Jay-Z, then go back and study. Go back and see some of the things he's done. Go back and read some things. Go do some Jay-Z studying before you just jump out the window with some of the crazy things that I'm seeing people talk about. And it ain't like I know this man personally or anything like that. I'm just going off of the Jay that I know and who he presents himself to be. And that's all any of us can do. And from what I've seen, I can respect the hustle. He's done a lot. Even the stuff that we don't know, but the things that we do know, with helping 21 Savage with that ICE situation, helping Uzi out, helping a lot of, helping Meek Mill out. He does a lot. Even with justice reform and things that's going on. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to chill, stop being crabs in a barrel, and relax, see what happens, see what he does. And then if we're wrong about it, and if he's wrong, then that's when we'll sit back and be like, man, you was wrong, because I'm willing to be wrong. But right now, let's watch him work. And like I said before, hey, if you're going to be mad at Jay-Z because he's a black man working in the NFL, then you need to be mad at all your favorite players. Give them all heat, because what they supposed to do, just continue what do they say? It's kind of like the slave owner and the slaves or whatever, that kind of when they talk about the NFL with the owners and the players and whatnot. Well, look, if that's the case, then what are they doing? How about this? How about a lot outside of the guys who are kneeling and doing what they're doing in support of Kaepernick for the whole point of, injustice and those things? Let them football players start to make some extra stances, because we out here just running our mouth. Ain't nothing we can really, you know what I'm saying? Look, everybody just be patient and support both. That's all I'm trying to say. That's all I'm trying to say. And it's not about Colin having a job, and I don't believe it's about Colin having to be in that boardroom when Jay-Z's doing what he did. Now, to end this off, what I will say, I kind of gave the side eye to, is when the press conference came out, and we saw whatever, and then people were asking Charlamagne, and then like Angie Martinez was there too. Someone asked Charlamagne, well, why didn't you guys ask him about Colin? Well, Charlamagne saying, I did. I asked him, blah, 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 blah. But they cut it out. And I was like, oh. And then Angie kind of said something of the same of them talking about that situation with the injustice and Colin and all of that. And it was cut out because she said she was there. So that's where we have to be. And Jay, to me, has to kind of be like, okay, it's already starting. Like, the conversation that we're really here for, you guys cut out the press conference so that people can't hear or, what we were talking about and the topics and how we touched on everything. So with that in the press conference, I think that's what really had Jay and a lot of them looking crazy because they cut out those conversations, whoever edited and put that out, whether I'm guessing it was the NFL. So it's things like that I think Jay should start being like, that footage, that extra footage, we can't be scared. Because if you're going to be scared and you're inside and we're going to be just let them cut, this and that or whatever, that's the whole point, then yeah. But again, it's just something we're going to have to sit back and watch and support both. Sit back, support both, and see where it goes from there, and just support the movements instead of hating, because hating and all the hate and the hate, that's not going to help the situation whatsoever. All you're doing is dividing, and at that point, it kind of makes no sense to me. So, like I said, everybody get a man a chance, relax, support both, and get the stick out your ass. But hey, before I go, I want to say salutes, shout out, congratulations, well deserved. She's been having amazing years, she's getting her flowers while she's here. Missy Elliott, Missy, she's getting a Vanguard Award at the MTV Awards on Monday. That's gonna be dope. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be amazing. But congratulations to her. I think it's dope to see her getting her flowers while she's here. Because Missy, we talk about Drake and all these other guys. She was really the first rapper singer out. Her, Lauryn Hill. we don't get a women their props, but they started that. Then Drake came. Well, even before Drake, you had 50 and Ja Rule doing it on a rapper singer level. But hey, give Missy and Lauren their props. They put y'all on to that singing and rapping shit. Y'all gotta give them their props, man. They was the first to do it, man. So shout out to them. Shout out to Missy. Congratulations to her again, man. I can't wait to see that, man. Like I said, it's well deserved. And shout out to the MTV Awards. So I'm about to get out of here, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, you know what to do. Follow me on all social media platforms. Make sure you guys go over to my YouTube. You can get my YouTube from my Instagram, all of that, man. And just hit me up. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up in the comments on SoundCloud. Hit me up. Talk to me. Let's discuss some things. If there's some things that you disagree with, then let me know. I'm willing to have that conversation. But again, you guys, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, all of it, man. I thank you guys and appreciate you guys for tuning in. I want you guys to enjoy your weekend and your week. Is DJ Miss Jessin and the Red Kool-Aid Podcast. Peace.